All right, I'm Josh Rackless. Welcome to Celebrity Josh. We're going to do this quickly because, well, I'm here with my, well, I don't even know her name. We'll get into that in a minute. But we're here in Kettleman's Bagels, and a guy who was standing near us just said, hey, you doing a podcast? I'm like, yeah, we're going to record a podcast. He's like, oh, do you want the music down? I'm like, oh, that'd be great. And he's like, down or off? I'm like, off would be great. So we went in there and he shut it off, but I'm sure they don't want their music off for long. So we'll try to do this quickly. I overheard him saying before, he was like, he used to do the IT for this place or something. So I think he's got an in. He's like, hey, you know, I understand sound quality or whatever. So, yes, well, yeah, we're just going to film a quick video because she's got a photo shoot to go to.
Yes, I do.
So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see us. If you can't see us and you're just listening to the podcast, I am a very good-looking guy, and she's okay as well. So what name? Because when I came in here, I overheard you ordering, and you gave a different name than you gave me, and I said, so which is your name? You're like, actually, that's my last name. And I'm like, I don't even know what. So what do you want to go by?
So I'm Krystal Kamenyaki. I do go by a couple of other names. I try to keep my professional modeling stuff separate from my regular everyday stuff. So yeah, my name is Krystal, and
so that's your real name? No, that's your modeling name.
That's my modeling name.
Yeah, that's a better name than, yeah, I mean, you weren't lucky enough to be, you know, birthed with the name Krystal.
Well, actually, I kind of was. So my name is actually a long story because I was adopted. So that like has a whole story all on its own. In being adopted, I was curious about, you know, what my biological family was like, and so I went digging, and I'm good at digging. So I found I got my adoption papers sent to me from Alberta, because I was born in Alberta, and found out that my last name, my biological last name, was Kamenyaki, and that my given birth name was Krystal. And so I took that on as my modeling name because I thought it was a really cool sounding name.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a cool sounding name and it's like sort of your real...
And it has a cool backstory.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what they say, because I keep researching giving myself a nickname, and they say you got to choose a name that when people on a talk show ask you, you got to have a good backstory for it. And I keep thinking of names like, I want my name to be Spark, and what's the why? I don't know. I like one syllable words. Like I don't really have a story to it. So I wish. Oh my gosh, I wish I was adopted and I could discover that. And I was like, I knew it. I have nothing in common with any of you people. But that's good digging, because you know, I know who my family is, and my dad just wrote a family history, but it's still hard to dig into it. My mom doesn't really know where her family's from, and or the details of it. And so actually yesterday, for some reason, I decided to look up everybody on Instagram with my last name, and I saw this girl, Bar Rackless, in Israel, who seems to be like a 24-year-old model or something. So I messaged her like, hey, I don't know, I just say, hey, we have the same last name or something. And then she's like, and she sent me a picture of like, she's like, here's my grandfather. I'm like, it looks like my grandfather, like as a 5-year-old, so who knows? I mean, obviously we're related somehow, but yeah, that's cool that you were able to do a little sleuthing there.
Yeah,
very
fun.
Very cool. So yeah, your story is, I guess I just saw you on Instagram, and you know, I like checking out local creators here in Ottawa, because I feel like, hey, there's things going on here. I'm not just in the middle of nowhere.
No, definitely not.
And you're a hustler. Like I can't remember. You thanked me for, even just for following you. I think you send a, and I was like, oh my God, this girl's on top of it. Then I saw that you were thanking everybody who follows you or who likes your photos. And that's good, that's smart.
I think it's a good way to build rapport with your audience and make sure that they know that you're a real person, because you get so many bots and so many people who post on the behalf of somebody else. And I just figure, you know, I'm real, I'm a real person, and these people who are following me are hopefully real people as well. So it's nice to reach out and say hi, and you know, you make a rapport with these people, you chat with them in your comments, and it's a fun time.
That's a very good idea, because yeah, most of the models that follow me, I look at them, I'm like, okay, your first photo was 3 hours ago, so like, are you real? Like, did you just land on Earth? Like, what is going on? So yeah, it's good to, you know, these days if somebody wants to, you know, interact or something, like send me a video saying, like video call, because like almost everybody is fake, and I don't even understand what the point is usually. Like they want, like, oh, here's my WhatsApp. I'm like, okay, I'll add you WhatsApp, but like I feel like, you know, on some of these dating apps, I meet with like like on Facebook dating, they'll immediately message you, like clearly they're fake modeling photos from China or something, but they say they live in Toronto or whatever. And they're like, here's my WhatsApp. I'm like, okay, so I had them WhatsApp just to see. And like some of them have been messaging for months and months, and I'm like, I know you're not a woman. Like, what is? But they haven't asked for money.
No.
Like somebody is sitting there with enough time to just be a fake character every now and then, saying, "Hey, good morning." I'm like, why?
So
what do you
weird.
want? Get to the scam, please. I'll send you $100 just to find out what it is that you want from me. It's very strange, but I guess that goes to show how much time I have on my hands. And also, I read this article yesterday. It was just part of a newsletter. He said, you know, if you're not interested in my newsletter, just you know, delete this and unsubscribe, because it's impossible to have too many connections in your life. And he referenced an article that I read last night that says basically you can only have 150 connections in your life, like actually know people or friends or something. There's a circle of like 5 friends and then 100 friends outside, but there's only so many people, and maybe 1,500 people that you actually could recognize their face. So you realize there's a limit, and I'm trying to keep up, you know, with my 10,000 Facebook friends and followers. It's like just literally impossible.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I'm playing that game with myself, trying to, you know, wasting brain power on fake people on WhatsApp. But
Fair.
maybe if I start focusing, I'll get successful. So you know, to inspire our listeners and audience, viewing audience here, you were saying that, you know, you're not just a model. Like you've got a whole you've got an actual job, you've got a husband and kids, and I was saying, oh my God, I'm exhausted hearing about all the stuff you're doing, because I have no responsibilities and I'm still somehow get nothing done all day. So yeah, so like what's your quick, you know, background story, life?
Oh my, I started modeling back in, well, I mean, I've always wanted to be a model ever since I was a teenager. I went to a couple conventions in Toronto, never really got anything out of it. I had really bad teeth, so I had to get my teeth fixed. I got like $10,000 worth of braces and cosmetic surgery on my mouth. They look nice now.
Now they're perfect. That's ridiculous.
But yeah, so that was a hurdle, and so by the time I finished that, and it was adult braces because I grew up poor, could not afford that when I was growing up. So adult braces, got those off by the time I was in my early 20s, and then I started trying to get into the modeling. So I got a whole good chunk of modeling done in like early 2000s, and did a lot of pinup stuff. Did some cosplay stuff, which I really enjoy doing, and eventually from there I met up with a photographer who wanted to do a body painting calendar, Dimitri Moiseev, and he runs Body Art Ventures in Ottawa, which he travels around the world and does body painting photography, and he's really cool. He does a lot of really awesome stuff. Check him out. So I was featured in one of his calendars shortly before I decided to stop modeling to have babies. So then I went and had my 2 kids. My daughter is turning 7 this year, and my son is turning 5. And so that's busy as it is. My husband's a contract animation director right now, so he's also very busy. We have a very fast-paced life. His show is up. He works on The Loud House. He's up for like 10 or 11 Emmys this year.
On the what house?
The Loud House.
The Loud House?
It's Nickelodeon's like top show right now. So yeah, so that's pretty cool.
I'm a voice actor. I don't know if I've mentioned that.
Voice acting is fun. I've always wanted to get into voice acting.
No, I could be on the show is what I'm saying. Right. She's just ignoring that. She knows what it is. Okay.
So yeah, and I have a full-time like regular warehouse job working at Costco, so I'm a very busy person otherwise, but I really wanted to get back into the modeling. So a year and a half ago I started working on my portfolio again, and last April I got in contact with Models International, and they took me on, so I did some modeling courses with them over the summer, signed my contract in September, and now I'm just building my portfolio and yeah, having fun with that, trying to get some really cool pictures out of it, and maybe make a little bit of money on the side. Nice, obviously.
Speaking of money, I have a quick question about Costco. I was in there the other day with my dad, and I was like, oh my God, look at all the electronics. I was thinking of getting him like an Apple TV and stuff. But then I assumed Costco would have the best prices, but I don't know. It looked like it might cost a bit more for the Apple TV than at the Apple store. Do you happen to know if they have like the best prices on electronics?
Electronics generally, yes, but Apple is very stringent on their pricing.
Yeah, so specifically Apple, they might be charging more, or they might have to charge more because Apple wants to be on their store.
Yeah.
Okay.
For us to be able to sell their products, we have to kind of go by their guidelines. And they're like, okay, well, this is what you can sell it at. You can maybe take $1 off that price if you feel like it.
Yeah, but they don't let you put things on sale.
Generally, no. We very, very infrequently get Apple products specifically on sale. But other electronics, yes, we do have good prices on.
Samsung, or I could get the Google Chrome TV instead of the Apple TV.
Yeah.
All right, good. That's been eating at me, so we'll move on from that.
Okay.
But that's all very inspiring, cool, and I love that. How you had your kids and then you decided to get back into your passions or whatever, and you're doing all these things to keep busy. And I think I need to call you every morning and be like, what are you doing today? And that'll inspire me to actually get something done. And yeah, we were talking about, while we were eating our bagels, about how to, I said, I've got this brand ambassador gig that I'm going to order a free bath bomb and then do a review. And you were saying you get messages from people as well. Like, what's your latest collaborate? Like, if they've sent you clothes or something that you're going to model?
I have a few swimsuits right now from a few different places that I plan on doing some shoots with. Sunny Ray Wears, I think, is one of them, and Swim Nova is another one. I've got a couple of pieces of jewelry, some from Freya Treasures, some from, I don't even remember all of them now. I've got like a little stack. I do unwrapping videos on IGTV sometimes when I get them. So
people love that.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, I always wonder what stage I have to unwrap it at. Like, if somebody just sent me a keyboard that I need to review, because I wanted a keyboard for my mom, and then I commented on their trailer on YouTube. They're like, yeah, we'll send you one. So they sent me one. I'm like, but I wanted to take it out of the box, so I'm like, all right, screw it. I took it out of the delivery box. So it's still in the original packaging, but I'm like, did people want to see me opening the brown cardboard box? Probably not. I don't think they care.
Not usually.
Yeah.
Not for that sort of thing.
Okay, good, because I feel like that's the kind of thing that might be wasting people's time as well. I overthink things. Like, for example, I shot a video yesterday of a bird outside my house, and it was like 1 minute and 2 seconds long. So I was like, okay, I got to cut off the 2 seconds to make it fit as a regular post on Instagram. But I thought I could put the full 1 minute and 2 seconds on YouTube. But then I'm like, what if I have like 1 million viewers? That's 2 million wasted seconds that could have been, used for. Imagine how productive they could be. So I feel like I'm trying to just be conscious with people's time now.
That makes sense.
Yeah, not completely conscious, because I'm making them listen to this 12-minute podcast where I'm just talking about nothing. But in general, I overthink the 2-second things. So that's cool. And yeah, the body painting is nobody has asked to paint my body. Actually, no, not lately. Actually, at a party they did once, but not lately. But I did meet another bald guy named Josh, I think his name was, and he was like a body painter. I was looking at his stuff on Facebook for you, and he's like, yeah, I'm like, can I be your assistant? Like, this is like the best thing. So
it's fun.
All right.
It takes a long time though. When I had my body painting shoot, it was, I believe I was being painted for 6 hours. And it was completely top to bottom, like the whole works. And so it was 6 hours of sitting there being painted, and then another, say, hour-ish of shooting, just to get the shots that he wanted for the calendar.
Is it relaxing? Does it feel like you're at the spa and you're like, oh, somebody, or is it just like this is getting boring?
No, it was entertaining. I mean, I got to chat with the body painter and chat with the photographer, so it was a nice social time in that respect.
You know what they should do? Like, if they've got a super budget, if they're going to paint your body, they should also have like a foot masseur or somebody giving you a facial or something to sort of make it all productive.
It's actually funny because it was like I had actually just gotten pregnant with my daughter prior to that shoot, so I was like maybe 2 months pregnant, so it wasn't noticeable. Like, it's all still tiny at that point, but I was exhausted. Oh my goodness, I was so tired. I'm just like, oh my goodness, just finish with this, please.
Yes, I'm making a human inside me. Yeah. Can we get this over with?
Exactly.
There was
I need more food.
Oh yeah, I gotta feed. I gotta build the baby.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There was a Star Wars, or I watched YouTube videos of people talk about Star Wars. There was one recently where they were showing a clip of some nerd like asking Benedict Cumberbatch, would you ever want to be on Star Wars, play General Thrawn or something? Mm-hmm. The sound in the background is the little buzzer they send you when your bagel's ready. And he's like, what is this? And like, he's like a blue guy. And he's like, I do not want to be painted blue. I just have kids right now. I've got more valuable times than to sit there 6 hours a day being painted blue. No, thank you. Yeah. And then the nerd was like, like almost crying and stuff. You don't want to be in my Star Wars. But yeah, so I guess, it does take a while. But
it does, yeah.
If anybody wants to paint me blue, I'm available. I could be a blue man.
You could be a blue man.
Oh my gosh. I used to post with the posters going, look, I'm a blue man. I wonder what the blue men are up to these days. I wonder what anybody's up to in the pandemic. I don't know. Got to go to Vegas. But I know what you're up to. You've got well, first of all, you were just showing me a cosplay. You were dressed as an X-Man or something.
Yeah, I did a Rogue photo shoot on Friday, so that was fun. I do like doing cosplay stuff. I mean, I'm a nerd. I like my Marvel superheroes.
Cool. So Rogue. Rogue is the one, like, if she touches you, you freeze? No, she sucks your powers?
She absorbs your energy. She can kill you by touching you, basically, but she also, if you're a mutant, then she can absorb your powers, which is cool. What they don't really touch on in the movies is when she does this, she actually, like, absorbs their psyche as well, so sometimes she gets, like, multiple personalities going on in her head. Yeah, she's pretty awesome, though. I think that she's one of the coolest characters.
Yeah, that does sound cool. And then, so it was specific, like, were there other rogues, or was just you? No, you were the rogue photo shoot?
Yeah, it was with the Ottawa Photography Meetup. So basically, it's a meetup group in Ottawa where whoever's hosting will get together with a few other photographers. They hire a model, or sometimes 2 or 3, but right now with COVID, it's, 1. And then we just go to a location and shoot with a theme in mind. So since I had this outfit that I had originally purchased for Halloween, but it turned out not to get here in time for Halloween because of all of the shipping delays, I had a costume to play with, and just decided, hey, you know what? Would you guys like to do this kind of a shoot? And everybody was excited about it. So.
Oh man! So there was a whole bunch of photographers shooting.
Yeah, we had 4 photographers and myself.
So we're gonna see what everybody's vision for the thing was.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that must feel so cool to be like the center of attention. Like if I was there and 4 photographers shooting me and stuff.
Well, I think that it would, like, I had a great time, but for anybody who doesn't know what the weather was like here on Friday, it was like 5 degrees and drizzling, and so I was not wearing a very warm costume. If anybody knows what Rogue looks like, skin tight, spandex sort of thing, and then a little coat over top of it. I ended up with minor hypothermia.
This is why most models live in Los Angeles or Miami. They're not like, oh, I'm gonna go be under a rainy bridge in Ottawa. That's not the dream.
Part of it wasn't ideal, but I went home and I was like uncontrollably shivering, and I had to sit in the bath for literally an hour before I had all of the tingly feeling gone.
That's what happens to me when I go for a run in the winter here, and I take off my gloves to film something, like my little, oh look, I'm filming the ducks or something.
Yeah.
And then I get home and I'm taking a shower, my hands are like, I'm trying to get the warmth back, and it's ridiculous. People don't understand, why do we live here? Maybe if your husband wins some Emmys, you can be like, we gotta go live in LA now.
That would be nice, yeah, if he got a kickback from it. He has won an Emmy at one point. So
oh my gosh.
They don't get money for it.
You don't get any money, but
the studio gets some accolades, everybody's happy with them, but
it doesn't mean that, hey, you need to come work in LA. I guess not, because you can work here. You can work anywhere. And that's probably why they're making things here, because it's cheaper with Canadian dollars. Yeah. So they don't need them to move there.
Yeah, there's tax credits and stuff working in Ontario and stuff like that. So it's good for them.
All right, so what I need to do is get super rich and basically have a mansion in LA, but I can come back to Canada, work, and then fly away or live in Costa Rica.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we were talking about digital nomading, and a lot of people don't even know that term, but you were like, oh yeah, no, digital nomad, I've been thinking about doing it. I can go to a workspace. Because I was saying there's bad Wi-Fi in hotels and stuff, like, oh, you just got to find a good place.
Yeah.
So you're all about it. So I guess it must be harder if you've got a husband and kids to be like, I'm going to go be a digital nomad.
Yeah, it's the kids, honestly. Like, they, obviously need to be in school, and you can do world teaching and stuff, which is kind of like homeschooling except abroad. But it's a lot of work, and my children are both very high energy, so I don't think that we'd, to be honest, I think that I would not want to be doing that all the time. Yeah,
it's not as, I've been a digital nomad for like a year and a half. The past year I've been in my parents' basement, and other than that I was in a hotel in the suburbs of Toronto, so it's like not a lot. I don't know. I think 20 years ago I should have decided to be the digital nomad, although I guess you couldn't really, until now where we could film on our phones in a coffee shop, I don't know what digital nomading would have meant.
Yeah.
But I should have done it and then had the kids and then be like, okay, bye wife, and taken off. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I feel like I might have to just go around the world impregnating women and just sort of see my kids every now and then on Skype. I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know how this is all going to work. Or we could all Zoom together, like family reunion.
Yeah.
Look at this. There's a Josh baby that's half Vietnamese. There's a Josh baby that's half Kenyan. Be interesting. Because women, you can only have like one baby at a time, but I could be having like 50 babies at once. So I don't know. I've thought about that, like just to try to play catch up because I haven't had any kids yet. But on the other hand, are they going to take all my money? On the other hand, I don't have any money. On the other hand, even Jeff Bezos got divorced, and he's still the richest man in the world, and she took half his money.
There you go.
And then did you hear who she's marrying? His
No.
ex-wife? She's just she's marrying or just got married to like a math teacher at her kid's school.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, so this is why I should become a teacher for billionaires. And then they'd be like, Mr. Rackless, you're so cute. And then they're like, yes, you have $1 billion, or $1 billion, 50 billion, whatever.
However much he has.
There was an article with him. He's saying, yeah, I never thought I would have had to do this, but I have to make a document saying where I'm going to leave my wealth, you know, and whether I'm going to donate it in my lifetime, because he wasn't thinking he'd have wealth. Man. Well, I am gonna review a bath bomb soon. I was saying that's what I'm. You know, I'm getting a bath bomb emailed to me or mailed to me, and
Emailed to you. That's interesting.
that would be build your own bath bomb. They'll email the instructions. Take some baking soda and some food coloring and make your bath bomb,
There you
and
go.
leave us alone. Well, that's all right. So then today, you've got your shoot. What time is it now?
What time is
What
it?
kind of watch is that?
This is a Samsung Galaxy Active
Is it from
2.
Is it from Costco?
No.
No.
We have them at Costco now, but when I bought this one, this is like a year-ish old.
Yeah. I gotta
We
get one
did
of
not
those.
have them at Costco yet, so.
I think I might buy an Apple Watch. I don't
yeah.
have any watch yet, but I think I'm at the point where I just want to be able to look at my watch and see what the text is rather than have to get the phone out on me. That's how lazy I'm getting. So you've got to shoot at 2 o'clock.
Yes, I do.
And what is? Oh, that's with a woman.
Yes, a lady photographer. Her name is Shannon Creelman. I'm excited to work with her. She has 2 publications under her belt already, and she's very highly recommended by the agency that I'm with at Models International Management. So, yeah, I'm gonna go and have a nice little shoot with her. I have some fashions on loan from a retired fashion designer from Ottawa named Jana Hansel.
Jana Hansel.
Jana Hansel. She's a very lovely lady. I enjoy working with her quite a bit. She actually, we got in touch way back when I was doing my modeling pre-kids, and I had wanted to do a cosplay shoot with my favorite character from Final Fantasy. Her name is Rydia of the Mist. And I had a couple of photographer friends who knew her, and they're like, hey, you know what? She could do this for you if you want to do this shoot with this other photographer. It was very complicated, but anyways, I got in contact with her, and she was lovely and amazing, and we collaborated and put together this gorgeous custom-made fantasy sorcerer outfit based on the character, and yeah, ever since then, she and I have been working together on little projects now and then. But
That's Jana Hansen.
Jana Hansel.
And she makes costumes.
Not specifically.
She's
a
the
fashion,
photographer.
She was a fashion designer.
Right.
She doesn't specifically make costumes, but she can make costumes.
So she made you some outfits that you're going to go wear for this other photographer.
Yeah. Well, she didn't make them for me, but they're from
She
her
has them.
collection. Yes.
Her collection?
And
Oh,
so, yes.
she has a collection.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So you'll borrow them and then return them?
Yes.
Does she sell them in a store?
I'm sure that she does have them for sale in, there's the music. I think we're being cut off.
Oh, right. All right. They're playing us off like the Oscars. They're like, all right, that's so much for your podcast.
Oh,
Okay.
well.
22 minutes is actually a good amount
That's
of time.
pretty decent,
This
yeah.
hour has 22 minutes. That's
There
the
we
name
are.
of the show, right? It's a CBC show for those of you who are listening outside this area. Cool. Well, that's a pretty good time to I think podcast. 20 minutes is like a good chunk. It's like too long to post on Instagram now, but it could be like a YouTube video or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with your photo shoot today.
Thank you.
And maybe we should check in weekly. We could meet here and be like, what's Krystal doing today, kind of thing, and I can report back that I've done nothing this week or whatever.
Fair.
Yeah. No, that's
We
cool.
can try. I'm not sure. I'm a very busy person. I have
I
today
know.
booked off.
That's all right.
It's my birthday tomorrow, and so I booked off the weekend and today and tomorrow just to spend some time on me, on
my
doing
God.
my own things. So normally I'm working right now at Costco.
Right.
And, yeah.
All right. Well, maybe I'll see you next. My dad goes to Costco all the
cool.
time, and sometimes is that the one on Maryvale?
No, in Canada.
Canada. Oh yeah. Well, I don't think we ever go to that one, but
Yeah.
we could. Why not?
Yeah,
Did you
might as
know?
well.
Did you know there's Facebook groups devoted to like individual Costcos?
There are.
And they just love it. They're like, I don't know. I think I poked my head in just to see. It always fascinates me how people can be so interested in a specific topic, and they'll be like, does anybody know, if the cheese balls are available this month or whatever? It's like,
Yeah.
pretty cool. So you'll have to dive in there and see what people are saying, and they'll
Yeah.
be like, "Did you know that? Did you see that model that works there? Like, what's going on? Why is she wearing her X-Men outfit walking around?"
Yeah, there you go.
Like Costco. All right, well, great. Thanks very much, Krystal, and everybody follow you. What do you want people to do? Follow you on Instagram? I
Yeah,
guess?
definitely. I have my regular modeling account, which is K_Cami_model.
I'll put all the links in the description below.
I also have my my cosplaying Instagram account, which is Kitty_Cami.
Oh, so a whole separate cosplay thing. Do you find it's valuable, like, it makes sense to separate them, I guess?
Honestly, I wanted to have them together, but the agency felt that me having the cosplay stuff on my professional account wasn't necessarily what clients would potentially want to be looking at.
That's fair. You gotta.
So two separate ones.
That's fine. That's fine. That makes sense. Man, I gotta start another one for if I ever get another interest.
There we go.
Well, my mom's always saying, stop joining your like personal Instagram, like you have as a business, and I'm like, Mom, you don't understand social media. You know?
No.
But then people do have a separate thing. So whatever. All right, great. Well, thank you so much. Everybody follow her, and we'll thanks for being on the Celebrity Josh Show.
Thank you for having me, Josh.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you, Kettlemans.
Thanks, Kettlemans.
Bye.